And it's time for another coach trip with Phoenix Adventures and good old Red Wing. That's right guys, what's happening? Welcome down to another video here on Theme Park Insanity, where yes, we're back out on the road with Phoenix Adventures Limited, our official partner, and we are heading for our first ever family visit at Phantasialand in Germany. Now, this is going to be a cracking trip, it really is. Kelly and Theo have obviously never been, I've been twice last year, so they get to experience the likes of Taron, Fly, Chapas, and of course Talican, and so much more as well for the very first time. So without further ado, let's get on the road and let's make our way to Phantasialand. Let's go. So, Mrs. TPI and Theo, you're looking forward to your first ever trip to Phantasialand?
Yeah, really excited, can't wait.
Fantastic. What are you most looking forward to?
I don't know, food probably.
You and food?
Taron and Fly.
Taron and Fly.
Definitely, and some water rides because it's going to be 28 degrees tomorrow.
Well, we've got River Quest and we've got Chapas, and those two are absolutely cracking. So, right, Theo, looking forward to this?
Yeah, I really am looking forward.
Anything specifically?
For the ride, because I feel like it's a first time unique experience that I've never experienced before, so I'm ready to feel what it's going to be like.
With Crazy Bats?
Yep.
What about Taron and Fly? Looking forward to those?
Yes, I just don't know what to expect for Taron, but I know what Fly is. Wow.
But the main question, of course, is: are you going to ride Talican?
Talican.
Yeah, top spin.
I'll try to. Hopefully I don't be sick.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah.
TP, are you going to do that one?
No, it's a no from me.
Oh,
I've already
you're letting the side
decided.
down.
No, it's not happening, but I'll happily watch you guys from the sidelines.
Fantastic. Well, the trip itself to Phantasialand here on the coach is going to take roughly around about probably 12 hours from London through. Now, the reason for that, of course, is it's going to be 3 hours on this side. We then have the ferry crossing, and then we've got a 6-hour commute down to Phantasialand. That's including a break en route as well. Of course, you know, with coach drivers, they have to have a set break at certain points after working for a certain amount of time, just to obviously refresh, recuperate, and obviously be able to do the rest of the journey. But it's going to be absolutely cracking. Very excited, and the whole kind of coach trip thing as well. It just takes the stress out of travelling, just takes the stress out of driving there and everything else that kind of comes in. I mean, when you're on a coach, the good thing is you can literally sit back, you can relax, watch the world go by like we are doing right now. We've got the wonderful Mo taking care of us as well, which is fantastic. Yeah, it's going to be really nice. I'll show you a few bits as we kind of make our way over, obviously on the ferry and through Germany and all that sort of thing as well. But of course we are most excited for the park itself. So, as I said before, let's go. As you might guess, we're right here at Phantasialand. Now I was going to show you a little bit of our travel and taking the ferry and everything else. Unfortunately, I forgot to take my bag off when I got on the ferry, and then I've literally been sleeping most of the way. We've kind of travelled obviously through the night, which is quite a common thing really, but it does make it a lot easier to have a full day here at the park. So we've arrived here at Phantasialand in Germany, just outside of Cologne, so not too far away. Going to go inside. The park today is open until 6 o'clock, so we have a full day here to be able to get on as many rides as physically possible. So without further ado, let's get our day started. Time to make our way to the entrance. Oh, and it's looking like it's going to be quite an exceptionally busy day as well. But then again, it is a Saturday, so yeah, you'd expect that really, wouldn't you? Well, here we are, we're back. Can't wait to get inside. Obviously we've got Fly, we've got Taron, Talican, Chapas, which really does look like a good idea today. River Quest and a whole load more. It's such a great park, it's very compact as well, so it's not too much of a walk between attractions, which is great. And Theo and Kelly get to experience everything, literally everything for the first time. Right, let's head inside. Oh, Mrs. TPI, first impressions.
Yeah, it looks amazing so far. Well impressed with the theming.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get in there and explore.
Does it kind of look how you imagined it would look?
I didn't really have any sort of thoughts about it beforehand because I didn't know much about the park, if I'm honest. But yeah, first impressions are really good and very well themed. But you'd expect that, I think, from a German theme park.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's going to be a really good day. Yeah, excited?
Wow. Yes, I am. Just looking at our one pizza feeling, I'm already like, I want to get everywhere else and do everything. The feeling's it's just so good. I can't even explain how good it is for me. I've never seen something in a theme park like this in my whole entire life.
Fantastic.
I can't wait to get on all rides because it's the first time experiencing what people in Germany like and all that. So I'm really excited.
Wonderful. Right, well, with that in mind, let's go. We're going to do the touristy thing and start with Rugberg and get on Fly. Ordinarily, I'd advise you don't do that because I'd advise you go to the back of the park. But in honesty, people do kind of come in from both ends. So yeah, we're going to head to Rugberg, start our day there, get a ride on Fly and move on from there. I'll tell you something, this walk through to Rugberg is something because you're just going through kind of this little portal, like tunnel. But when you get to the end of it, that's when the magic really happens, which you're going to see. But again, very well themed, very immersively themed. And any moment now, as you walk through here into this, and it just opens up in front of you like this. Look at this. How incredible is that? I think this must be the queue for Fly, so yeah, let's jump in it. Second thoughts, that is quite a queue. Let's head to Taron and start our day there instead, because once this ride actually gets going, it eats through the queues pretty quickly, and obviously the throughput is pretty decent too. So yeah, we'll go head over to Taron first, and I think start our day there instead. Heading in that way direction. And at this point, I'm eating my own words. There we are. Perfect day for a ride on Chapas, wouldn't you say? Right, okay, so the thing I'm taking from my experience today so far is that the park may open at 9, but pretty much all of the rides and attractions don't actually open up till 10 o'clock. So you're coming in with roughly around about an hour of just walking around trying to figure out what you're going to do and where you're going to go. Yeah. Regardless of that though, it is nice to kind of have a look round first and sort of see what there is, because there was a humongous waiting queue down there to get into Kluckheim, which isn't even yet open. But there is other things to look at. Well, let's start our day with a weird Chinese-themed ghost train. It smells funky in here. Okay, let's go for a ride. I also think this is the busiest I've ever seen this ride, because last time it was walk-on. Not today.
A few moments later.
And just like that, we're off the ride. No filming on ride here, obviously, so it's one of those where I'm not going to be able to take you on with me. But regardless, I still have absolutely no idea what is actually happening there at all. It's probably the most bizarre ride I've been on, literally. Yeah, killed 5 minutes at least anyway, so that was fun. But yeah, we've got to wait now for the rest of the areas to open up, the rest of the rides and attractions to open, and there's still a sizable queue around there as well. We've got a cheeky dragon over here as well. You'll see these around the park quite a fair bit. There are mascots and stuff you can have pictures with, so that's really cool. And this one's in Chinatown. It's definitely a River Quest kind of day as well, just not yet. Well, we're going to go have a ride on the Mystery Castle, which opens at 10 o'clock, which is about 2 minutes, well, about 5 minutes from now, I think, or thereabouts. So, yeah, let's go do that. Almost time to enter the Mystery Castle. The best thing about Mystery Castle is, well, it's a mystery. Einstein, is that you? Okay, right, well, let's go for a ride. Well, good to get back on Mystery Castle there. Very, very short cycle, though, unfortunately, and initially we thought we were going to get longer than that because the cycle before us seemed to go on forever. But it's good fun, it's very immersive, very different. Nothing else really kind of like that in the world. Yeah, definitely one that you have to do if you come, especially if you love your drop towers. Onwards to Taron. Taron on a 60-minute wait, not too bad. And to be fair, the queues keep moving, so yeah, hopefully we get through it fairly quickly. But the ride's zipping around, which is a good sign. And it is literally everywhere. While Taron may not be the best launch coaster in the world, it's certainly up there as one of them. The reason I say that, I mean, obviously the launches are pretty punchy, and the theme in itself is really what makes this ride, because there's so many near-miss elements to it and close interactions with the surrounding theming. But the queue, as you'd expect, will go right up there, weave around, come back down. That's your entrance there, it says 60 minutes. Let's see how long it takes. Yeah, just a bit of a queue. Heck of a queue, actually. Well, it's only around about 10:30 in the morning and it's already absolutely baking here in the Taron queue line. And they've got the extension open today as well, so you just literally, it's like a cattle pen, you're kind of weaving backwards and forwards. The queue said about an hour or 60 minutes, so I think, given how far we've moved so far, that's probably realistic. It's times like this that the fast passes do start to look more appealing, but of course, they do come at that additional cost. Maybe we should have done that, I don't know. But regardless, we're getting through it, it is moving, touch wood. That continues. Let's see how long this takes. Well, at this point it's been just over half an hour, I think thereabouts. So, yeah, another 3 backwards and forwards, and then you go around, maybe another 1 or 2 down, and you're straight down to the station. We can total that up at the current rate that it's moving, and it stays the way it is, for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Roughly about 50 minutes. Not too bad. Boing, 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 boing. Right, we made it to the station. So with that in mind, speak to when I come off. Taron, an incredible, fast, high-paced launch coaster with some absolutely amazing moments of airtime, whippy transitions, and 2 launches. The second of which, of course, being much more powerful than the first. Fantastic to get back on it there. Not quite as intense as I remember it, but certainly a really good addition to the park, and certainly one of Europe's best launch coasters as well. But those are my thoughts on it. Let's hear Kelly and Theo's. Taron, what did you reckon to that?
Yeah, I thought that was amazing. 2 incredibly great launches on there, and I love that how, especially on the second launch, where it makes like more of like a propelling sound as well, and you get whipped back and forth as well, so there's lots of air time. So yeah, it was incredible.
Amazing. Is it one of the best you've ridden, or?
Yeah, I think so. The one thing I would have liked is a bit of going upside down. That would have been cool.
So you feel it needs inversions? Then?
Yeah, inversions, but I love inversions.
Yeah, you got to think of those, haven't you?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Theo, what did you reckon?
Oh my God, whoever manufactured that, whoever gets to work on that, whoever got to ride that, it's incredible. Whoever made it, everything about it is just so good. I know, you probably know by now that I love my versions, I love my upside down, everything's just like, I love it when it goes upside down, but that, I feel, it's probably didn't need inversions for me. Well, maybe
I don't
one.
think it needs it either.
Not ever, but maybe like one. Maybe like a 0-3 wall. That would be nice.
Yeah.
But wow.
Enjoy it?
I loved it. I would get back on it. But I wish I could go on it all day. It's just too punchy, forceful, and good.
Well, with the weather being so warm, it's safe to say I need something nice and cool to cool me down. Cheers. Right, so sometimes it's really nice to just take kind of 5 minutes and just chill out and enjoy the ambience, if you will. I mean, second, yeah. And it's nice, it really, really is. It's relaxed. You don't need to be rushing from ride to ride to ride afterwards to kind of get the most out of your day. Now, yeah, we're only here for one day, but it's nice to just sort of take that time out and relax and enjoy the ambience of the park. We're still going to get on lots of rides, that's the plan, but it is nice to sort of just take 5 and just enjoy yourself. So, if you take anything from this video, take some time out for yourself in the process of visiting parks. Next up, we're going to go for a ride on Colorado Adventure, which is an absolutely insane mine train coaster. Yeah, 10-minute wait, that seems about accurate, does that, to be fair. It's not that far from here into the station. In fact, at the end of that tunnel up there, you're literally straight up and in. Well, when me and Paul rode this last time, we expected it to be a pretty steady, chilled out mine train coaster. Absolutely not. No way. If you haven't ridden this, and you like mine trains, and you think they should be more intense, this is what you need to be riding. And straight up and on, pretty much. In fact, that's more like a 5-minute wait as opposed to a 10. Plenty of empty spaces there. Yeah, that was just as mental as I remember it. Let's get their thoughts on it. What do you reckon to that then?
Yeah, that was good.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty mental. Yeah, it's pretty whippy and it's quite a long ride cycle as well. So.
Yeah, 3 lift hills. It's not your average mine train, that.
No, it's not. It really isn't. It's wonderful. It really is cool.
Fantastic. What do you reckon?
Oh my god, that is probably the best mine train I've ever been on. For most mental and for most long. Like, when you go into a tunnel, there's like this drop, second lift hill, you go round, then you go down into a dark like that. I'm not going to say more about it because if you come here and you go on that, I want you to have a quite random experience.
There you are.
This is mental.
You know what, I bet the poor sod in that is absolutely baking today. Hello! Feeling hot? Fly's only on 35 minutes. Theo's got his slush, so he seems pretty happy about that. So let's head over and start queuing for Fly. And we've got another mascot out here as well. Greeting guests. Hi, you okay? Well, there's no one queuing out the gate now, so it should be a bit easier to get in, hopefully. Yeah, still on a 35-minute. Let's go. At current, Fly is the only ride of its kind operating at any park worldwide, being a multi-launch flying roller coaster. It's absolutely incredible and it gives a really unique sensation as you do fly around the area and interact with a lot of the theming. So, let's go for a ride and I'll share my thoughts afterwards. The only thing that really lets Fly down though is its massively long queue line because there's no real shortcuts, even when it's quiet.
So you've got to walk.
You've literally got to walk for miles and miles, but it is worth it when you get there. And we've reached the back of the queue. Right, 35 minutes apparently. Let's see if that's accurate. Now with Fly, it's strictly no filming, so literally everything down to your last coin will go in a locker. You're not allowed to take anything on board with you whatsoever. So yeah, we'll go for a ride. I'll show you a bit more of the queue line and then we'll share our review afterwards. Obviously I've ridden it before, but these guys haven't. So looking forward to getting the thoughts on it. Right then, let's go for a ride and I'll talk to you when we come off. Let's go. Well, Fly, what an incredible ride, and how fantastic to be back on it there as well. Still just as good as I remember it. The forces you feel throughout are really quite something, and the elements really make it kind of that bit more special as well. In terms of the interaction with the surrounding theme, as you can see, you do get very close to things, and it truly is a very, very unique ride experience. It fits Phantasialand down to an absolute T, and it's a great expansion on the existing themed lands with Ruckberg. Really enjoyed getting back on this, and now let's get Theo and Kelly's thoughts. Right, so what do you think of that then?
Oh my god, wow. That was fast, that was graceful, that was forceful, everything you needed. It was just so fun. I don't know what to say about it, it's that good. As you can see, it was going up there then, and wow, just fast, forceful, don't know what to say because it's that good.
Amazing. This is TPI, how was that?
Yeah, it was really good.
Good. What was your favourite part of the ride, or is there anything that kind of stuck out the most for you?
No, not really. Oh, I liked it when you went up the lift hill sideways. That was cool before you actually went into the flying position.
Yeah. So the way it kind of like puts you into like the flying position, it's quite unique, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that.
Fantastic. So how does that kind of rate against the variety of experience so far today?
It's alright, I prefer the other one. Taron, is it?
For Taron?
Yeah. 100%.
Nice one. Right, well that's quite a lot of rides we've got on. So without further ado, let's go get some dinner, sit down for a little bit and chill out, because at the moment it is absolutely roasting here at Phantasialand. So I think a break somewhere nice and cool is definitely in order. Okay, quick roundup of foods. So we've come to the place just off where the wave swinger is. You kind of go upstairs, I can't remember the name, onto something or another, but yeah. Chips, schnitzel with cheese sauce and onions on it, curry ketchup. Kelly's gone for a schnitzel with some dauphinoise potatoes by the looks of it, and lemon slice. And Phil's gone for chips. There's 2 drinks there, it came to $49.60 altogether. Food looks good. Talk to you after we've tried it. Oh, well, some food. Now it's time to go and battle some mice in a bakery. Let's go. Bit of a trek. A bit of a queue, 20 minutes. Not too bad though. Well, at least it's a bit cooler in here though. That's a big bonus. Okay, right, so time for a ride on Mouse au Chocolat. We'll talk to you when we come off. Let's go. Good ride there on Mouse au Chocolat. We just had a look at the merch shop as well. Theo's got himself a t-shirt, so got a Fly t-shirt, I think, haven't you? Yeah. You gonna show them? $22.50. Not bad at all, that. There we are. So yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a break now for a little bit, because in all fairness, it's roasting hot and we're feeling pretty tired at this point. It's only around about sort of 2:30, 3, I think, thereabouts. So obviously we've got another 3 hours yet before the park closes. So I think we'll take some time out, sit down, have a chill, and get some more rides in a bit. Last year when we came, all of this was just basically an empty construction site. And as we can now see, construction is well and truly on its way. In terms of what's coming, I'm not 100%, so if you do know, let me know in the comments below. But it's looking pretty cool. Theme is just as good as it always is. Looks like it has some sort of connection to the dragon mascot there, I think, maybe. But yeah, looking absolutely fantastic. And again, the standard of the theming is pretty much up there with the rest of the park at this point as well. Not going to put my camera up and over, but as you can see, it's quite an extensive edition. Lots going on in there. So we look forward to finding out more as and when it opens. Correct me if I'm wrong as well, but this I think this is new too, isn't it? I don't remember this being here. And it looks pretty new. Yeah, definitely don't remember that being there. Okay, change of plan. While Mrs. TPI chills out for a little bit, me and Theo are going to go on Crazy Bats. And a 30-minute queue, not too bad. I think the lack of sleep starts kicking at this point as well, because I'm feeling very, very tired. I think a mixture of that and obviously the sun as well, because it is literally roasting today. It's great, it's nice, but it's a bit too nice, if that makes sense. If only this was real ice, that would be absolute bliss right now. Well, the thing with VR coasters are, they're a good idea and concept, but when it comes to practicality and throughput on rides, it causes quite a delay. Now, that's obviously due to the fact that people have to put the headsets on, they have to check the headsets, and then obviously they have to check the harnesses. That leads to increased wait times and obviously increased kind of times in dispatches. Ultimately, it takes longer to get a train out of the station, which is why this kind of ride experience has ultimately become a fad and died out. But you can still find it here at Phantasialand. Right, here we go, got his headset. Speak to you when I come off. Good ride there on Crazy Bats 4D. The tracking was out though on the VR for me, so it didn't necessarily work 100%. But yeah, it was a bit off on it. But apart from that, it was good fun. Now we definitely need a rest. Well, at this point, it's safe to say that the heat's got the better of us at the moment, so we're just hiding somewhere in the shade now, trying to cool down. It was supposed to be about 28. I think it's reached a minimum of 30 right now. It's unbelievably hot. It really does feel like you're in Spain. I mean, don't get me wrong, it certainly adds another a different feel to the park, but yeah, until we've actually kind of composed ourselves, I think we'll be giving it a break right now. We've got just under 2 hours left now of the day, so it's just after, it's about 4:04, something like that. Yeah, hopefully we'll get a few more rides, preferably one that drenches you through to the skin, because I am literally soaking in my own. Yeah, anyway, I shall talk to you shortly, once we cool down. Right, well, we've had a rest, we're going to queue up now for a ride on that there. Who knows, we might even get a bit damp. Oh, that looks like bliss right now, does that? Absolute bliss. Right, well, they're having their go, and then after that, it's us. So we'll go for a ride, and we will talk to you afterwards. Oh, that was quite fun, that. Right, enjoyed it. I was desperately trying to get myself wet, though, like literally trying to kick the fountains on my feet, and I couldn't for the life of me reach them. But good fun, nice a bit of a breeze off it, a little bit of a cool down. But now we're going to go one extra, and either go on Chapas or River Quest and get absolutely drenched, because it's the perfect weather for it. It's Chapas time. Right, okay, well, it's a 50-minute wait and it's around about 5:10, but quite frankly, we need this. It's way too warm not to ride it. So, finishing off the day effectively, more than likely, with a ride on Chapas. Epic. Yeah, that's a queue and a half. Judging by what I've seen so far, I think this will be just the cool down that we need at the end of the day before we get back on the coach and head back to the UK. 29-degree heat, perfect. Well, that water looks pleasant, doesn't it? At least the rest of the ride doesn't look that way, but yeah, it's pretty grim. Almost there, not long now. Well, judging by the queue that goes all the way up there, I say this will be the last ride of the day, because at the moment we've still got another good 5 to 10 minutes minimum before we board. So, I'll show you a bit of the station, have the ride, we'll talk to you about it, obviously share our thoughts on it, and then we will wrap up our day here at Phantasialand with Phoenix Adventures. Let's go for a ride on Chapas. Well, Chapas, there we go, that was the last ride of the day, really good fun, just the cool down that we needed. What do you reckon to that?
Yeah, that was amazing, really cooled me down. I didn't care if that drop was a 90-degree, I didn't care how steep that drop was.
And it is steep.
Yeah, it's definitely worth doing just to get cool.
Absolutely, especially on a day like this.
Yeah, it's scorching.
Enjoy that?
Wow, yeah. It's just, it's like the first drop, like, oh yeah, it's going to be peaceful if you don't see that bit.
And Theo's got soggy feet as well.
Yeah, and then the second drop we go backwards, bit soaking. Then you go down that main drop, but it has kind of 2 drops to it, so it splashes all over you. And it's super fast down dropping, just goes, and then it splashes, and it's just how steep it is.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you had lap bars on it.
does make a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There we are. Yeah, the lap bars personally I find a bit uncomfortable because they tend to press down quite harshly. And for those of you that haven't ridden, you sort of straddle the seat in the middle and your legs kind of go on either side. So the lap bar kind of sits across the middle there, which obviously if you're a bit bigger does kind of tend to hurt. Regardless of that though, it is a good fun ride. It's definitely worth doing if you come on a roasting hot day like today as well, and it's just a perfect way to finish today. So with that being said, let's head out and let's wrap up our visit here to Phantasialand. Well, just before we do wrap up, the one ride we didn't get to go on today sadly was Talican, which of course is the park's Huss top spin. Now I'm pretty gutted because in all fairness, literally in the last half hour I'd forgotten that was here. So yeah, we're gonna go see if we can see in action. You can't get in the queue line anymore because it is closed, but we might be able to get some footage of it doing its thing. Or as the case may be, unfortunately not. It looks like it's actually finished operating for the day. But in terms of intensity, this is a lot more full on than Toxicator is. It does a lot more. It's a shame we didn't capture it in action this time. But if you do get a chance, come give this a ride. Well, there you have it. That's our first ever family visit to Phantasialand here in Germany at an end. And what an amazing day it's been. It's definitely been a little bit too hot to really kind of get it to its full potential, and there was times where I was pretty much at a point of ready to kind of quit, but we kept going regardless because that's what we do. It's been a great day though. We've got lots of rides. Considering it's been a really busy day, I feel like we've done really well. The only ride of course that we didn't go on, as I said, was Talican, and we also didn't get on the River Rapids, but in all fairness I wasn't waiting 60 minutes for that. Kelly and Phil both had an amazing time as well, so we'll get their thoughts on in a second. But we are going to be doing plenty more with Phoenix Adventures, and if you do want to join us on one of these absolutely fantastic trips, there will be details in the description of the video below. Make sure that you head on over and book yourself a spot. Still loads of places left. You really don't want to miss out, honestly, and getting from point A to point B is just more simple than you could actually imagine. So there'll be a full video coming up talking about all of that very shortly. But let's get Kelly and Phil's thoughts on their first ever visit to Phantasialand. We've got a very knackered looking Mrs. TPI. How's your day been?
Yeah, it's been really good.
Favourite ride?
Taran, I think, and Chapas was really cool.
Yeah.
For a water ride.
So those have been like the two favourite of the day overall?
Yeah, definitely.
What are your overall thoughts on the park? What do you think of it?
Yeah, it's lovely. The theming's really intricate and really good on par, sort of with most European parks I'd expect.
Yeah.
I think it's just been a lovely park and somewhere new as well to get to. So.
Fantastic. Would you come back?
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. Lovely. Theo, what have you thought?
I loved it. Here for everything, all the theming is detailed, well put together. Just everything put together, colours, everything around it is just amazing. And I don't know why, but I kind of wanna live in one of. It looks like those are apartments. And then
yeah, we're not moving to Germany, as tempting as it might be. I mean, there'll be logistical issues with that one, but yeah. What's been your favourite ride?
My favourite ride is definitely Taran.
Taran, lovely. Chapas, what do you reckon?
Wow.
Enjoy that?
Yeah, it was just, you on the last drop, you're like, oh no, this is going to be bad. And you've got 2 drops at once. You go down, it's just soaking wet. Though, I mean, yeah, soaking wet for feet.
I say feet, but apart from that, yeah.
It feels like I'm walking around, like my feet are balloons, water balloons when I walk, so that's nice, isn't it?
So yeah, so you come back again?
Yes, I definitely would. I'd like to do everything else it has to offer. Like we haven't done nearly all of rides today.
Yeah, so we need to come back and do some more at some point.
I would definitely come back, and you see, I'm feeling you probably see more detail, more intricate like secrets or something like Disneyland. The more you come, the more theming, the more you look at theming, the more you can really appreciate it into how it was made.
Brilliant. Well, there we are. So, as ever, if you have enjoyed the video, make sure that you do hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to avoid missing out on all of our upcoming future content, which will include Phantasialand Japan next week, Movie Park in Germany, and a whole host more of updates from across the UK and beyond. There's loads coming up, so trust me, you don't want to miss out. And of course, as ever, if you have enjoyed this video, smash that like button to let me know. But for now, my name is Joe, this is Theme Park Insanity, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.